Namaskar. Welcome back to the example number 2 for the event Abroad Travel. In this example, we had a detailed discussion in the previous video with the help of the EPS tables. A female native who is into IT, is working in IT. After her joining the job, after a few years, she was sent abroad for on-site work. And so we discussed in which dasa, Bhukti and Antra, she had the opportunity to travel abroad for the first time, and after that in next period also he traveled again. So we had a detailed discussion with the help of the key planets with the EPS tables. Now the same example we are going to study with the help of the PILT table, how far that key planets were useful in finding the destiny, and also dasa bhuktis which supported for her for first abroad trip. So now let us examine the PILT table of this birth chart. Example number 2, abroad travel for on-site. We are going to discuss with the PILT table in this video. Now let us examine the birth chart. This is the birth chart of that female native we are going to study. Let us go to the PILT page and let us examine the PILT table and the key planets, how that colors and all we already given. So based on that, we can check in this, whether you can use these, key planet shades automatically software is giving, or we can use the EPS colors, whatever we have already selected. So I prefer using these EPS colors, and let us check all, KP check all. And now let us open the self-significators. Abroad travel for job, the event. Now we have to check the destiny. Destiny planet, before going to study the destiny planet, let us check all the self-significators. There is no planet is given light red or even pink also not there. It is itself is good that many planets are supportive. But only thing is the blue color planet has got some weak 244, 216, 219. So it is having mixed one. So this is equal to pink only, but it is all supportive. And even other blue 3, 8, 7, 1, 5 favorable. Because of 8, it is given blue. And all other are having favorable houses only. Mercury having 1, 10, 5, 3, 7, 11 and 4 and 10. This is supportive for the job prospects. It is not strongly indicating any abroad travel, but Mercury represents Ketu is good, and it is also having 3, 7, 11. It is favorable. Lagna Lord having this. That is the reason it is given blue. It is favorable, supportive. Now let us examine the cuspal sublord of the primary houses, Sun, 12th sublord and 12th lord, and Jupiter, 9th sublord and 3rd sublord. So these two planets importantly we check, and Venus also 9th lord. Let us check the Sun. Sun is in the star of Rahu, and these two good key planets. And Rahu is a good key planet because Rahu 6, 5 and 11 is good for the professional prospect, and representing Jupiter. Rahu representing Jupiter is a free planet, so it is good. So Sun is good on self, and Saturn, Mercury or Ketu are present. And 12th planet is Mercury, is supportive for the professional prospect, but it has got Ketu. And the sub-level planet is Mars. Mars is also, favorable, 3, 7, 1, 5, 9. Though it is blue, it is having a favorable grouping. And it is also having other good key planet in supports, green planets. And star lord of the sublord is Venus, also supportive. So Venus is supportive and having got Saturn. It means what? 12th sublord in the star and sub of a planet which is having supportive with some weakness but not detrimental. So we can see that Sun planet, the 12th sublord and 12th lord is having supportive significations. We can see that. And let us check the Jupiter. 9th sublord is a good key planet. In the star of Saturn is good. And star lord of the star lord and Mercury, the sublord or Mercury, all talking about the Professional prospect, it is supportive, and the star lord of the sublord is Rahu, that is also supportive. So this 1, 10, 5, 3, 7, 11, and 4 and 10, these are all very good houses for the job prospects. I mean, and 4 and 10 is supportive for job in homeland also. And you can see Mercury is forming ruler link at all levels. So overall, Jupiter, ninth sublord in the star of a favorable key planet, and star lord of the star lord and sublord having some supportive key planet for the job prospects, and Saturn is forming ruler link to the other level. So that way it is supportive with the supports. And star lord of the sublord Rahu representing Jupiter alone. So you can see Jupiter is forming ruler link. So all the planets are getting the support from the ruler link, and that ninth sublord Jupiter is favorable. So we have studied that destiny is indicating despite some weakness, but not detrimental. All are supportive for travel abroad for the on-site. So now that native, at the time she joined the job, she was running, which dasa she joined the job, we have to see that. She joined the job in Moon Mahadasa. At the end of Rahu Bugdi, she joined the job. So moon, we have to check whether moon is supportive for travel abroad for the job prospects. You can see moon in the star of Venus, Venus and sub of Mars. These and star lord of the sublord is Venus. Look at Venus. Venus planet is ninth lord is good, and 4, 4, 2, and 6. It is good for the professional prospects and also ninth house related, abroad related or long travel related, communication related. It is supportive. And Venus is in the sign of Saturn, that Saturn is 5, 6, 3, that is also supportive. Venus is in the star of Sun. Sun is a good key planet at the star lord of the star lord. So Moon is a good key planet, 11 and 7. Why 11 and 7? It is 11th lord occupying 7th house, in general good to the Lagna for all the activities. So Moon is having that key planets of the Dasa Lord, sorry, destiny planet, key planet, whether it is having in its ruler, that we have to check. What are the destiny planets, key planet? That Sun is the primary cuspal sublord key planet, and Rahu, Jupiter, they are the strong favorable key planets that we already studied. They are all supportive. So that Rahu in the star of, planet, which are all supportive, that also we discussed. And whether this moon is having that Jupiter, Rahu, or Sun in its rulers, it is not having that Jupiter, Rahu in the rulers directly, but it is having that Sun in its supports. The whether it is having Sun in supports, it is also having Sun only in the 2A level. It is there in the 2A level. So moon is in the star of Venus, that Venus is in the star of Sun and supported by the Sun, Saturn. So Venus and Sun are the strong favorable key planet that are ruling the Dasa Lord. So Sun, strong key planet, it is supporting to the moon, supportive for travel abroad. Since destiny is already given the green signal, Dasa Lord is also having the key planet of the destiny planet. It's a 2A level planet. It is playing role, and other planets are ruled by the other support planets. That is fine. So moon is supportive, but only during the strong favorable Bugdi Lord, it can favor for the travel abroad. Definitely, the missing key planet is Jupiter. That Jupiter is not straight away present, but that role is important in the Bugdi Lord. And the Bugdi Lord should have the key planet of the Dasa Lord, Venus and Sun. These two are the strong favorable key planet, and Venus and Sun and Jupiter or Rahu, which is not present directly, they also should be there in the Bugdilat. So Bugdilat should be the strongest one to make that native to travel abroad during that moon Mahadasa. Good Bugdi with these key planets of the Venus and Sun, and also Jupiter Rahu should be there. Why Jupiter and Rahu? Jupiter Rahu is a strong favorable key planet. It is not directly playing role, but other favorable key planets are playing, making moon is supportive for the event. So we need these key planets and also this key planet. Now let us check In Rahu, actually, means she joined the job at the end of the Rahu, but you can see Rahu having that Rahu Jupiter is strongly playing, and Venus Sun is not directly playing. So Sun is playing role here. Sun is also playing role in support. That is also fine. But at the end of Rahu, Karaga planet, at the end of Rahu only she joined. So she not had the opportunity to travel during that period. And moreover, Star Lord should be a good key planet, right? So that is having some weakness, and again, Sublord also Venus. So that is having some weakness. Anyway, let us check the other planets. The planet should have that Venus and Sun, and in their rulers, you can see this is not having that Venus and Sun. Jupiter is there, but Venus and Sun is not there. Saturn is not having Venus and Sun, but you can see Saturn is good. All 1, 2, 3, 4 levels are having these green color planets. Here 1, 2, 3 levels. So this is good. And Mercury also having 4 levels, not 4 levels, 3 levels, star level, sub level, and star lord of the sublord, Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, Jupiter, all are good. But they are not having the important key planet Venus and Sun in their rulers. And here Venus is playing, but not Sun, and Jupiter, Rahu only at the last level. Here you can see Venus and Sun itself is playing. Because of that, we cannot choose that. It has to supported by the other levels, especially the role of the Venus, Rahu or Jupiter. Venus and Sun at the planet and star level, and sub level also Venus and Sun. And you can see Rahu, Jupiter are playing at the 2A level. So somehow that Rahu Jupiter is there at the 2A level planet, and Venus and Sun are playing at the all levels, and no other unfavorable. 1, 2, 3, 3 levels are ruled by the green planet, so that way it is good. And other key planets are also playing role in the supports. So in Moon Dasa, Venus and Sun, and Venus and Sun here, and this Bugdi is strongly favorable to make that native to travel abroad during this Bugdi. So now within that Bugdi, which antra is more favorable? So that antra definitely should be strong enough to send the native for the purpose of job prospects, and also for the purpose of, that Bugdi, Sarantra should have the strong role of Jupiter. Why Jupiter is not strongly playing role here? Jupiter is playing role only in the 2A level, and Venus and Sun are playing. So that way, in the Bugdi Lord, the strong favorable key planet, of course, Sun and playing role, and Rahu, Jupiter playing, and all levels are having Saturn. So that antra should have the good key planet Jupiter role in its supports, in its rulers, and also other key planets. Let us check in Venus which are the planets are having these favorable key planet, especially Rahu and Jupiter in its rulers, and other favorable key planets. You can see only Rahu having 3 levels, but star level and 2A level, sub level are having some weakness. The unfavorable Venus is playing role here. Not unfavorable, weak key planet is playing role here. That is not very strong. Jupiter also fine. Jupiter itself is playing. But Star Lord and Star Lord of the, Star Lord of the Star Lord and Sub Lord having Mercury, that is having some weakness. So, moreover, that Jupiter is not forming ruler link to the Mercury also. Let us keep this Jupiter in waiting list. And Saturn. You check Saturn itself is a good key planet because Venus is in the sign of Saturn. All are having Saturn. Star level planet is Mercury. It is indicating some weakness, but Star Lord of the Star Lord is Rahu, Jupiter, the other key planet, and Jupiter itself is playing role here at the sub level. The strong favorable key planet which is missing direct ruler, that Jupiter, it is playing role here in the sublord, and also it is forming ruler link to the star level. And Star Lord of the Star Lord also Rahu, Jupiter. So Saturn is a good key planet, and the two 5th Lord, 6th Lord occupying 3rd house. You compare this Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is 4th Lord, 7th Lord, occupying 6th house, 2, 6, 10, and 1, 3, 7, 9. The source is talking about 4 and 7. This source is talking about 5 and 6. So sixth lord, this is sixth lord, this is seventh lord, fourth lord, seventh lord. This is important for, it is talking about the, travel, 5, 6 occupying third house, travel for the purpose of sixth house. It is good for the travel for the on-site. And moreover, it is having the sublord Jupiter, that Jupiter is forming rural link. And Venus is also in the sign of Saturn. So, under Moon Dasa, Venus Bukti, Saturn Antra favorable because Saturn is having that good key planet, Jupiter, Rahu in sublord, and the other favorable key planets also present. So, and also we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 levels ruled by strong favorable key planets. That is also good. And during that Moon Dasa, Venus Bukti, Saturn Antara, she traveled for on-site for 2 months. She was traveling. Then after that Moon Dasa, Venus Bukti, then Sun Antara, she did not travel because Sun is 3 levels or having some weakness, so it is not very strong. Then Moon Dasa over and Mars Dasa. Mars Dasa, you can see Dasa Lord is having that in star level and sub level, both the planets Venus only. Venus is actually, it is, when compared to Mercury, Venus is better because it is ninth lord and having got good houses for the job prospects. So Venus at the star level is okay, despite some weakness, but that sign lord is Saturn is good, star lord of the star lord Sun is good. This grouping is good. Like a moon in the star sign, star and star lord of Venus, same way Mars is also in the star of Venus only. Same planet repeated at the sublord. When same planet is repeated, we can check that sub-sublord. Remember that sub-sublord of the Mars, if you check, that will be Jupiter. Jupiter is a strong, favorable key planet. Being the free planet, the role is limited. So that's what it is ruling at the sub-sublord here. For the Venus, it is ruling through the Rahu at the 2 level. For Mars, it is ruling at the sub-sublord. So Mars planet is also having good key planet at the sub-sublord, and 2 level planet is good key planet. Sun is playing role, right? So Mars is also supportive, but having some weakness. But Venus is having 9th lord. That is also favorable, but these grouping are having some weakness. So Mars also needs strong, favorable Bukti to support for the travel abroad during its dasa. So which dasa? Mars dasa. So which are the favorable key planet which is making that dasa is supportive? That again Venus and Sun. Venus and Sun, how we studied for Moon dasa. For Mars dasa also Venus, Sun are good, and of course Jupiter is sub-sublord. Jupiter comes automatically Rahu represents. So the Bukti Lord should be having these key planets, Rahu, Jupiter, and Venus and Sun. Next is Rahu itself. Rahu, Jupiter has come, and Venus, Sun is playing role at the sub-level, and the star lord of the star lord also Jupiter, Rahu. So that way you can see this grouping is supportive. Star lord is Mercury, it is talking about the professional prospects and further supported by Saturn, Sun, and 2 level is good and sub-level Venus, Sun. So Dasa Lord's good key planet Venus and Sun are playing role here, and other good key planet Jupiter and Rahu, that itself is playing role here through the Rahu and Jupiter playing at the source, and 2 level also they are playing. So Mars Dasa, Rahu Bukti is strong enough to send. Suppose that Moon Dasa, Rahu also would have supported for the native to travel abroad, but unfortunately she joined the job only at the end of the Rahu, so she did not get the opportunity. So, and Mars started, then Rahu has started giving the opportunity. But during that Rahu Bukti also, only in these, favorable antras she can travel. So under Rahu Bukti, which is the strong favorable key planet, obviously Rahu. That too, whenever Rahu or source planet itself is a good key planet, then definitely the Antara, that too Rahu, if it is coming, definitely the role of Rahu or any planet, the source planet is a good key planet. Its role important in the ruler of the Antara. And apart from that, other favorable key planets. In that case, you can see which is having Rahu and Jupiter. Jupiter is present at the source level, and as usual, it is having some weakness at these two levels. And because Rahu having some weakness at the star level Mercury, but further supported by Rahu itself. So role of Rahu is strongly required. Role of Rahu in place of Jupiter only present, and it is got some weakness. Let us take this Jupiter in waiting list. And Saturn is having Jupiter. Saturn star level is Mercury. 2A level, this is also good. So previously Venus, Saturn were playing role as the Bugdi Lord and Antra Lord, but Star Lord is having some weakness here, right? And here already Star Lord having some weakness, but same weakness is coming here. That is one minus point. Look at Mercury. That star lord of the Rahu is Mercury. Mercury source level is fine. That is the source planet for the job. And star lord is Rahu. Rahu itself is acting as the star lord for Mercury. That sublord itself is Jupiter and forming ruler link. So this grouping is good. Under Rahu, Mercury is strong. Same Mercury as Antra did not favor under Venus Bugdi. Venus Bugdi, Saturn Antra favored. But under Rahu Bugdi, Mercury Antra is favoring. Because Rahu Bugdi, Rahu is a strong favorable key planet. That Rahu is acting as the star lord for the Mercury. And that way it is favorable, and also sublord is Jupiter. Suppose the Jupiter is not the sublord for the Mercury, it would have not supported. I think we're able to understand how the key planets within the Bugdi Lord and Antra Lord all favor and for the event to happen during that period. So that native Mars Dasa, Rahu Bugdi and Mercury Antra, he traveled abroad again for her, on-site work. After that, during the Jupiter period and all, the Rahu, Jupiter and all, she traveled abroad for the personal work for short duration, because Jupiter is talking about, you can see, Jupiter is about 7th Lord, 3, 7, 11, and it is all supportive for travel abroad also for short duration, but only, not on the professional prospects. So I think we're able to understand how far that key planets are useful, and PILT connection, Bugdis and connection to Antra, and especially Dasa and connection to the Bugdi and Bugdi to Antra. So such practice is required. So anyway, this will help in finding the key planets, their rules, their role in the rulers and supports of the Bugdi Lord or Antra Lord. But importantly, level-wise study with the EPS table is more recommended. So whenever we have such doubts, you can each planet we discuss. No, Saturn is good or Mercury is good. Just double click on the planet and checking the by checking that EPS table, then we can identify which is comparatively better. That comparative study is important. With the help of the EPS table, we can do it. So that option is already there in the PILT table. We can very well use that. Hope you are able to understand. We'll meet in the next video. Good luck.